She didn't say a word to me all night. Not one. And somehow, that silence cut deeper than any scream ever could. The party lights shimmered off the crystal glasses, laughter rolled through the living room, and music pulsed like a heartbeat. But between my wife and me, there was only cold, suffocating quiet. Every time I tried to catch her eyes, she looked away as if I were some distant acquaintance, not the man she had vowed to spend her life with. I stood there, frozen in the middle of the room, pretending to smile and nod at people who asked how things were going. But inside something was cracking, quietly, painfully, like thin ice under too much weight. When her friend Maya approached me, red lipstick smudged on her glass, she didn't smile. She pressed a small folded note into my palm and whispered. She said, "Wait outside." Her voice held pity. Pity I didn't understand yet. I stared at the note, at the one sentence written in my wife's handwriting. "We need to talk." Say, alone. My heart began pounding a rhythm too fast, too uneven. The night air. The winter air slapped my face as I stepped out onto the patio. I waited under the dim garden light, my breath visible in small clouds. Inside, the music kept playing, muffled and distant, like a reminder of a world that didn't care I was about to lose something. Maybe everything. 10 long minutes later, she finally appeared. Emily, my wife. Her black dress clung to her in a way I usually loved, but tonight it felt like armor she was using to hide behind. She didn't look at me. Not immediately. She wrapped her arms around herself as if cold, but I knew it wasn't the weather. I tried to smile softly. "You okay? You didn't talk to me all evening." She inhaled sharply. "Yeah, I know. You left this note." Held it up. "What's going on?" Still silence. Still that awful, soul-scraping silence. Then finally, she looked at me with eyes I didn't recognize. First cut. "Daniel. I don't know how to say this without hurting you," she whispered. A tremor ran through me. "Then say it. I'd rather hear the truth than guess in the dark." But that wasn't true. I already feared the truth. She took another breath. "Things haven't been right between us for a while." Blinked. "We've had some rough moments, yeah, but that doesn't mean..." "Please." She cut me off softly. "Let me finish." I swallowed my words. "I feel like I've been living next to you, not with you," she said. "You're there, but you're not really with me anymore." My chest tightened. I've been working more to support us." "I thought you understood." "I did." A tear slipped down her cheek. "Until I needed you and you weren't there." The guilt hit me like a blow. I had missed dinners, cancels, late nights at the office. I knew all that. But betrayal, the note, the silence, none of this made sense. I reached for her hand. She flinched away. And something in me sank so fast it felt like drowning. "Emily," I whispered. "What happened? Why are you acting like you're already gone?" She closed her eyes. And the truth finally spilled out. The name that broke everything. "There's someone else." 3 words. Just 3. But they detonated inside my chest. I took a step back as if she had physically struck me. A sound, half laugh, half gasp, escaped me. "Someone else. What do you mean? Who?" The way her throat tightened. That was the worst part. "His name is Jason," she whispered. "We've been talking for a few months. First it was just emotional. But then, my stomach flipped. Then what?" Her silence answered. I stared at her as the world behind her blurred. "You slept with him." Her lips parted, but no voice came out. That was enough. Air left my lungs in one painful rush. "You slept with him," I repeated, quieter this time. "Wow. Okay." "It wasn't supposed to happen," she said quickly, voice shaking. "I didn't go looking for it. I was lonely. Felt ignored. And he listened." My throat burned. "I listened too, Emily. You just never talked to me." "That's not fair." "Neither is this," I snapped. She looked down, guilt pulling her shoulders inward. "I'm not trying to defend what I did. I'm trying to explain it." "Explain it." My voice cracked. You cheated on me, Em. The one thing I thought we'd never do to each other. The one promise I trusted. Her tears fell faster. I ended it, she whispered. With him. I realized I couldn't keep lying. I couldn't keep hurting you. If you wanted to stop hurting me, I said, you should have stopped before you started. She winced like she'd been stabbed. The worst question. I pressed my hands against my face, trying to breathe, trying to keep myself from breaking apart. Then I asked the one question I didn't want the answer to. Are you in love with him? Emily hesitated. That hesitation destroyed me more than any yes ever could. She whispered, I don't know. I let out a shaky breath, stepping back as if the distance might stop the pain. Didn't. Why tonight? Yes. Why tell me at a party? Why avoid me all night? Why the note? Because I was afraid I'd fall apart in front of everyone, she whispered. I didn't want to humiliate you. I didn't want to hurt you more. You already did. She closed her eyes, shoulders trembling. I know. The confession that changed everything. Then something shifted in her expression. Something deeper than guilt. I need to be honest, she said. The real reason I told you tonight is because Jason showed up earlier. My mind went white. He what? He came to the party. I didn't invite him. I don't even know how he found the address. He wanted to talk. He wanted to fight for me. She shook her head violently. I panicked. I didn't speak to you because I didn't know how to tell you without it becoming a scene. My hands curled into fists. So your lover showed up to our friend's party, I said slowly. And instead of telling me right away, you hid. I was scared, she whispered. You should have been. Her breath hitched. The final blow. The garden light flickered above us, casting shadows across her face. She looked like someone I once loved, standing in the body of someone I no longer recognized. Daniel, she said softly. I'm so sorry. I want to fix this. I want to work on us. If you'll let me. I stared at her for a long time. Too long. Do you love me? Yes. Her lips trembled. Yes, I do. But not enough, I said. Not enough to stay faithful. Not enough to talk to me. Not enough to choose me. She shook her head fiercely. I want to choose you now. I'm choosing you now. No, Emily, I whispered. You're choosing me because he left. Not because you stayed. Her body shook with sobs. Please don't give up on us. Tears blurred my vision. My voice was so soft it barely existed. You already did. Walking away. I turned toward the driveway. The night was cold and quiet, but inside me everything burned. My chest, my throat, the edges of my heart. Behind me, Emily cried out. Daniel, please don't go. We can fix this. I didn't look back. Some things, I said, can't be fixed. She took a step toward me. I took a step away. For a moment, I heard her breathing break, like she finally understood something irreversible had happened. I opened the car door. She whispered my name one last time, small and broken. But love, whatever remained of it, was not enough to turn me around. I drove away from the party, from the betrayal, from the life that had silently shattered long before I realized it. And as the road stretched out ahead of me, I knew this was the beginning, not of healing, not yet, but of truth. A truth I had avoided for too long. Sometimes the person who swore to protect your heart becomes the one who destroys it.